Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel.
I know. It's been a minute.
But in your girl's defense, baby, she's been going through some things, some great things, growth, changes, everything. Over the last year, if you've been following me, you've watched me lose relationships, question people I've trusted, moved into my own place, and start rebuilding my life. Somewhere in the middle of all of that, I stopped and I stopped asking people for answers and started opening my Bible. If you've been following me, you know, right before I got divorced, I was actually in the middle of reading the entire Bible, growing my discernment, my spiritual gifts. I rejoined a church of where we were currently living. I joined the choir. I joined a women's support group, and I was elevating spiritually in so many different ways. And I was reading the Bible new then 2 years ago, actually, probably around this time. I was reading the Bible in its entirety with virgin eyes because it was my first time doing so. It was the beginning moments of a divorce, and it was just very difficult. It was very, very difficult. So I leaned heavily into my faith, heavily, heavenly, heavy, heavenly. It's heavenly, and it's heavenly, right? But I really, really leaned into my faith, and thank God I did because I didn't know how much I was gonna need Him going through my divorce because I wasn't prepared for how my divorce was going to go as well. I didn't know it was going to be so um, disappointing, you know? I didn't realize that it was going to be so disappointing. I knew it was going to be devastating, but I didn't realize it was going to be disappointing. And now it's been 2 years. I've been officially divorced for 1 year. And this is the fourth time that I'm rereading the Bible, and I'm getting something new every time. So I see why when pastors preach, even though I feel like it's so many things that people need to touch on, that the pastors need to touch on, and that's what I'm going to get to. That's why if you see me looking down, I'm looking down at my notes because I want to make sure that I hit everything because I want to have uncomfortable conversations regarding the Bible. And when I say uncomfortable, I mean, I want to ask the questions and I want to talk about the subjects that I feel is not talked about in the church. And it's like, baby, reading this Bible, I'm like, we're not about to sit here and walk past this. I want to talk about it because what I've also learned, and I know people keep saying it, but God is not like man. Like he's not gonna get offended. And I know a lot of people were raised like if you disagree with your parents is disrespectful. That is not the case. You can have a healthy disagreement and agree to disagree, whether it's your parent or somebody, as long as we keep it respectful. But baby, God don't mind. And there's many examples in the Bible proving that. People asking God many questions. Sometimes God answers those questions, sometimes He does not. And then eventually He does. And then, of course, we know this by actively living our own lives. Sometimes God gives us the answer right away. Sometimes we have to go through things and then we get the answer later. We know this, and God gives us examples of this in the Bible time and time and time again. So I figured I did have notes that I started those years ago. 2 years ago when I thought I was living in the house that I was going to be raising my children in, when I thought I was living in the house. And honestly, God did bless me with that house. I know it was my praying, my fasting, and my energy and my favor that got us in that house. And just because it was God who got us in, I also feel like God played a role in getting us out as well, especially me, because y'all, if y'all only knew, like, what happened, y'all gonna be like, girl, what? You know you could. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But people always reap what they sow. Number one, karma is very real. Number two, and three, if you gotta lie, scheme, cheat, be manipulative to take anything from me, honey, you can keep it. You can keep it. It has been 2 years. God has continuously kept me. I have not gone without a meal. I have not gone without getting a bill paid. I have not gone without a vehicle. Everything I lost, I got back. So when I tell you what's for you will always be for you, and you might not understand in the moment, but you will understand eventually because it always works out. And I forget. And the funny part is, y'all, I don't have any regrets on how I moved because I did it in clear conscience. I did it with God in the middle. I've learned then to pray before I make any decisions regarding my life, my future, my outcome, because again, all I want at the end of the day is a job well done from Him. That's it. I understand there's certain things that people may not agree with. We all know this. Everybody's not going to like you for whatever reason. And a lot of the reasons are not even tangible. Y'all taking that up with the wrong person. Y'all need to take that up with God. God create. You can't get mad at me for things that are out of my control. And we're going to get to that because, again, it is a lot of examples of this in the Bible. And that's another thing, right? I feel like sometimes we're a good person, right? Or we probably feel like, we're good people and we're exempt from going through certain things, right? Going through certain trials, going through certain tribulations, certain disrespect, certain situations, because you're like, man, I'm really good to this person, or I'm really good at this job, or I'm really good in this organization. Like, clearly, it's going to be some reciprocity. Clearly, I'm not going to be overlooked. Clearly, I'm going to get back what I'm putting in. And, you know, again, uncomfortable truths and harsh reality, that is not always the case. And again, we don't talk about it here because I want to talk about it. And if there's certain things that y'all want to talk about while we discuss this, please let me know in the comments below because, honey, we're going to touch on it and we're going to talk about it. So let me try to get back to my notes, okay? So I'm not a pastor, right? I'm not a theologian. I'm just a woman who's discovering that God can handle the questions, the hard questions, the ones we've been told and taught not to ask, right? So I think it's time to start having uncomfortable Bible conversations, not argue, not try to prove who's right or wrong. We're gonna, of course, keep it respectful. We're gonna keep it Christian. We're gonna keep it cute. Um, and if you're willing to grow with me with this, I really want to talk. I really want to talk. Again, I am no expert. And I was going through my phone and I actually picked up my iPad as well. If you like, we can go ahead and start again where we left off, and that was Exodus chapter 7. Okay? We're in Exodus chapter 7. Then the Lord said to Moses, your brother Aaron will be your prophet, and your brother is to go and tell Pharaoh, let my people go. But I will still harden his heart. But when I bring the Israelites out, they will know I am the Lord. Moses and Aaron both did what the Lord said. At that time, Moses was 80 and Aaron was 83 when they went and they spoke to Pharaoh. Now, I got multiple messages in that, and I should, put a pin there, but I'm going to just go ahead and say it in real time. You know, I don't know how old you are, but I can tell you how old I am. I'm 38. It is never too late to do what God has assigned for you to do. Moses, do you know how many excuses Moses came up with for him to try to avoid the purpose that God set him up to do? It was a lot. He was like, I stutter. Like, who's going to listen to me? Do you not know my background? Do you not know everything I've been through? Like, and we're not going to overlook the fact that he did kill somebody. All right? People always want to talk about certain backgrounds that they approve of, right? But as you can see, baby, God worked with every background. God worked with murderers. He worked with adulterers. He worked with prostitutes. He worked with a lot of broken people. Please ask yourself or comment below why you think that is. Just saying. Just saying. The Lord said to thee, Aaron and Moses, if Pharaoh asks you to perform a miracle, throw your staff down and it will become a snake. So they went, and Aaron threw down his staff, not Moses. So when Pharaoh saw this, he summoned his people to do the same thing. But Aaron's staff swallowed theirs. Pharaoh still did not let those people go. The Lord then told Moses, go see Pharaoh in the morning. When he goes down to the Nile, and take your staff. Tell him to let my people go so they can come and worship me. But you still haven't listened. Therefore, I will turn this river into blood. The fish will die and the river will sink. Y'all won't be able to drink from it. Moses and Aaron did just as what the Lord commanded. The fish died and the river smelled horrible. But the Egyptians, magicians, did the same thing, a secret arts. And Pharaoh's heart became hard. He did not listen to Moses and Aaron, just as the Lord said. Instead, he turned and went back in the house. It's been 7 days since the Lord struck the Nile. We're in chapter 8. The Lord told Moses, go tell Pharaoh to let my people go, or I will send a plague of frogs. The Nile will be full of them. They will make up on your doorstep, all in your house, on your bed, all up through the kitchen. The frogs will only affect his kingdom, but his people too. Everything will be unclean. And tell Aaron to stretch out his staff over the streams and water and stuff to make this happen. So Aaron did just that, and the frogs came up, but so did the magicians. Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and said, okay, tell the Lord if he take the frogs away, I will let his people go. Now, how many times have we tried to bargain with God, but we gonna get, I'm just saying, I know I did. You know, I feel like reading the Bible always, it's going to read you too. Same as therapy. Reading the Bible is going to read you too, especially if you're reading with, like, real eyes. Read it with real eyes. Like, really sit, meditate on the word. Like, put yourself in these shoes. Because at first, the first 3 times I read this Bible, y'all, I'm not even going to lie to you, I was dragging Moses. Dragging Moses in my head to my friends when we would talk about the Bible. But I was like 2 weeks old. Well, I got the revelation 2 weeks ago when I was rereading the Bible, you know, that I am Moses. Do you know how many times I told God, are you sure I'm underqualified? Or how I tried to bargain with him, or how baby, wait. How many times I asked God the same question, okay? And I told him, please don't get mad. Please, can I ask you, can I ask you this again, please? I know you told me like last time, but I'm just checking to make sure your answer's still the same. Is it? Oh, so it's still the same? Okay. Excuse me. I washed my hair and like an idiot, I let it air dry. So now I got like this cough. I'm sorry, y'all. And I thought I had more than one ginger chew, and I do not. So, like, stay with me. I'm gonna get through this because it's on my heart to do it, and it's been on my heart to do it for a while. And I really want to do it with y'all, if that's okay. So let's do it. Um, let's see here. Okay, so as I was saying, Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and said, "Okay, tell the Lord if he take the frogs away, I will let his people go." Moses was like, "Bet, when you want me to deliver this message." And Pharaoh was like, "Tomorrow." Moses was like, "Bet, trust me, it's nobody like the Lord. The frogs will be gone from your door and will only be in the Nile." After Moses and Aaron left Pharaoh, Moses went and told the Lord what Pharaoh said. So the Lord did what Moses asked, and all the frogs died that was in the house, backyard, fields, all that. They put all the frogs in a pile, and the city reeked of them. But when Pharaoh saw that the Lord did what he promised, and it was no more frogs, baby, he reneged and hardened his heart and still did not let the people go. Now, again, how many times have we encountered people that said that they were going to do something, promised even gave you conditions like if you do this, I do that, and you fulfill your end of the bargain. And then when it's time for them to pay up, what they do, they renege. Mm-mm. What kind of person is that? Who hardens their heart? And I had to ask God, why was his heart hardened? And then I was like, maybe if Pharaoh's heart wasn't hardened, then God's works wouldn't have been shown. But how many people have you came across that promised you something and they didn't do it? Seemed like they jumped through hoops even to keep from doing what was right, what was fair, and what was promised. Again, the fact that is so many examples of what you've probably been through in real life what I know I've been through in real life. It's in the Bible. None of us are exempt. God already said a few of our days will be troubled. Why did we think we were above it? So the Lord was like, okay, he want to play rough? Moses, go tell Aaron to stretch out his staff and strike the dust off the ground so it can produce gnats. So when Aaron did this, gnats got on everything. It got on people, it got on animals, got on everything. When the magicians tried to do this, they were unsuccessful. Since the gnats was on everything and everyone, the magicians told Pharaoh, this is the finger of God. But Pharaoh still wouldn't listen. The Lord said to Moses, get up early and confront Pharaoh and tell him to let my people go, or I will send a swarm of flies to his front door, his people door, his staff door, his mama door, all the doors. Even the ground will be covered in them. But I will deal with the land of Goshen differently. I think it's pronounced Goshen. Listen, let me tell you something. As we go through this Bible journey, I'm letting you know right now, I'm either going to mispronounce their name or I'm going to make up the name. Eventually, I hope to get strong enough in my faith and reading the Bible that I will go back and do my due diligence and learn the correct pronunciation of the name. But right now, in all transparency, I'm just not there yet. So if I can't pronounce whosever name I promise you this, I'm going to make it up or I'm going to struggle through it. Just right now, I'm just letting you know. Hopefully I'm going to get it. Maybe, I don't know. No promises. Just letting you know. If you're looking for the correct, baby, I'm pretty sure it's other people. You can go look for that from. Maybe you can sound out. I'm sounding out best I could. And that's it. I'm telling you right now. Promise you this. He said, I will make sure that the land is not affected so you will know the distinction between my land with my people. This will occur tomorrow. And the Lord did this. So many flies poured into Pharaoh's house, the land was ruined by flies. Then Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron. Pharaoh was like, why I gotta let my people go to worship the Lord when they can do it right here? And see, you see what I'm saying? And you see how they be trying to move the line. They be trying to move the goalpost every time it's not beneficial to them. Now you trying to bargain. You see what I'm saying? Tell me you don't do the same thing. You know you do it. We all do it, y'all. We all do it. And Moses was like, because this is unfolded ground. I'm sorry, this is unfolded ground and it is unfair to God. Plus, if we do it on your land, right? Right here, and the Egyptians don't like it, will they not stone us? Stop playing and let my people go. So we can offer up sacrifices to Lord our God as he commands us. I'm just trying to do what he wants. Why are you keeping me from doing what God wants? But let's give it up for their tenacity, because how many people would have gave up doing this? Like would have went back and told God, like, bro, you see me, like I keep going back and he keeps saying the same thing, that I ain't trying to go back. I ain't doing this no more. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. Like, how many of y'all, come on, be honest. Drop down in the comments. How many of y'all would have thrown in the towel? before the mission was even completed. How many of y'all have thrown in the towel and the mission is not complete? I'm just saying. Well, something my pastor say, half obedience is still disobedience. Just saying. We gonna be like uncomfortable. We said it. We said we was gonna have uncomfortable conversations. I'm just saying, let's talk about it. Let's be real. Let's take accountability as Christians. We're supposed to lead by example. Let's actually living it. If you know you need to make amends, if you know you need to make right by some people, why are you not doing it? Why are you letting pride and ego get in the way? It's guilt and secrets and things like that that kills people. Keeping that all in, maybe release that. Release that. Go ask that person for forgiveness. Go make amends. Go do what's right. Go do what's right. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Because, baby, a lot of this could have been avoided. But again, God works probably wouldn't have been shown. Okay. Pharaoh was like, fine, I'll let y'all go. But you can't go far. Now pray for me. How many of y'all? I know y'all probably gonna get tired of my questions, but I don't care. How many of y'all have prayed for your enemies? How many of y'all have prayed for somebody that was giving y'all a hard time? And God told y'all to deal with them still. How many of y'all? I know I have. I've actually prayed for my enemies. I have. Because they're, and not necessarily maybe even an ugly person, just because they might have some ugly ways, that don't mean they're a bad person. God still created them. God still made them. God is still gonna bless them. God is still gonna bless the people y'all don't like. Even though y'all don't like them, that don't mean God don't love them. He's still gonna bless them, y'all. Just saying. But can you imagine? Okay, we beefing, and you beefing with somebody hard, and then they be like, "Pray for me." That's the real true test, right? Of like your Christianity, your walk with God, right? Like what? You want to cuss them out, but you gonna pray for them, and then you can't throw shade in the prayer. You know, you can't be petty in the prayer. How many? Be honest. How many of y'all would be petty in that prayer, honey? Okay, I'm just saying. Let's let's be honest. Okay. So he was like, pray for me. Moses was like, okay. Excuse me, this is not funny. Because again, I thought I wasn't Moses, y'all. I was dragging Moses. But I am Moses. I am Moses, y'all. Moses was like, okay, but don't lie again. Moses went and prayed to the Lord, and he flies left. Oh, and the flies left. I'm sorry. And the flies left. But again, Pharaoh hardened his heart and didn't let the people go. Okay, so look, the reason why I just laughed at that part, and again, why I say we all Moses is, why do we expect dishonest people to tell us the truth? Why do we expect people who have disappointed us in their actions time and time and time again, showed us that they are not a person of their word, and we still have hope and give them the benefit of the doubt that just maybe, this one time, this last time, they will do right. Not only by God, but by themselves. By just being a man of their word. How many times I know I have forgiven many people who have lied to me, lied on me repeatedly, and I have still forgiven them, trusted them, allowed them to have access, just to be disappointed time and time again. We are Moses, y'all. We are no better than Moses. The Lord said to Moses, go to Pharaoh and tell him, let my people go, or all of his livestock is going to die tomorrow. I'm talking horses, donkeys, camels, your cattle, sheep, goats. But I'm only killing y'all stuff because I will make a clear distinction between the Egyptian cattle and the Israelites. And the next day, the Lord did just that. Pharaoh also noticed that all the Egyptian cattle was affected, but not the Israelites. But he didn't care. He still didn't let them go. Then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, take some soot from a furnace and toss it in the air in front of Pharaoh. It will become a fine dust over the whole land of Egypt, and boils will break out on the people and the animals throughout the land. The magicians could not even fight back because they was affected by the boils as well. But again, the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so Pharaoh would not listen to Moses and Aaron and did not let those people go. Then the Lord said to Moses, get up early in the morning and confront Pharaoh. You tell him if he don't let my people go, in my mind he did that in that Bernie Mac voice, if you don't let my people go, I was in the place so full force to his front door and his people that they will know it is no one like me on this earth. But I have raised you up for this very purpose, so I can show you my power. See, that's another thing. That's why a lot of people, I feel, root for the underdog. Baby, don't give up on me just yet. You might, think you won. But again, like God said, in this is word. That's another thing I've been doing lately. Quiet as it's kept. Baby, I've been charging God up the way I would charge up my own daddy. And that's the thing. He is our father. He is our dad. And like I said, God is not like man. He understands. He knows exactly who he created. You should be comfortable enough to have a conversation with God. I speak to God from the moment I wake up, in the shower, after I hear my word, after I journal, in the car, at work, on the way home from work. When I get home, I constantly talk to God all day. Me, you, and I feel like, honestly, as a beginner, if you are a beginner, that's how you begin. It's like how you would a first date. You gotta start by a little bit. You gotta have some type of conversation to form a connection. How else you gonna know what he about? So whether it's listening to me or listening or reading your own Bible or whatever you do, baby, how you gonna form a connection when you don't even have a conversation? That's all I'm saying. So even with God, I be telling him like, sir, you said this is what you said. Or I be like, you told me. You told me if I do A, B, C, and D, you gonna do this. Where you at? Where you at, God? Where you at? And you know another thing God told me to do? God told me don't put no limits on him, okay? Because he got a black card, okay? He told me no limits, okay? It is no limit to what I can ask him for. It is nothing too small, nothing too big. He wants to serve literally all my needs. That's what he told me. So, and he has been. He has been. When I tell you, I haven't been having no worries. I have been having no worries, darling. And he has been working it out, working it out, working it out. I pray, I give it to him, I release it, I let it go. I let it go because it's coming. I know it's coming. And when I tell you, trust me, whatever your favorite scripture is, because we all got one, even those who probably haven't read the Bible yet in its entirety, even people who probably haven't even stepped foot in a church since 1996 Easter. We all got a favorite Bible verse. Whether it's John 3:16 or for God has not given us the spirit of fear or baby, all of them, all of them, everybody got whatever that is. Try asking him about it. Have a conversation. God, you said. You said. It's what you said. So it's written. Therefore it's a contract. You can always hold people up to the cut. It's law. So can you that's what you said. I got a receipt. It's your receipt. You need to keep your receipt. Keep your receipt. Because I promise you, it's gonna come big. It's coming big. Anyways, then the Lord said to Moses, get up early in the morning and confront Pharaoh. You tell him if he don't let my people go, I will send a plague so full force to his front door and his people that they will know it is no one like me on this earth. Now I could have been wiped you off this earth, but I have raised you up for this very purpose so I can show you my power and that my name will be proclaimed in all the earth. And you still have the audacity not to let my people go. On this time tomorrow, I will send the horse hail storm. Oh, I'm sorry, the worst hailstorm that this side of Egypt has ever seen. So if I was you, I would bring all your surviving livestock and shelter, or surely they will die. The officials of Pharaoh who feared the word of the Lord did what he said. They brought the slaves and livestock and shelter. Then it was some who didn't. Then the Lord said to Moses, stretch out your hand towards the sky so that hail will fall over Egypt. He did, and it did. It was the worst storm in all the land of Egypt since it became a nation. It destroyed everything it touched, even the trees. The only place the hail did not touch was Goshen, where the Israelites were. Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and was like, all right, I have sinned. Me and my people were wrong. We had enough hail. I will let you go. You ain't got to stay no more. Moses told him, I will do it once I leave the city. But I know you and your people still do not fear the Lord God. After Moses left, he prayed to the Lord and the hail stopped. But did Pharaoh, y'all, after all that, did Pharaoh let his people go? Did he? No, no. He sinned again, just as the Lord said. This is going to be chapter 10, and this is where I'm going to end it for this video, and we'll pick it up next time. Y'all let me know if y'all enjoyed it, okay? Let me know what resonated with you. I think that's fair. And if you have a subject or a verse you want me to elaborate or expand on, we can do this out of order. Matter of fact, I think I might. We will see. Y'all let me know. I value your opinion. Okay? The Lord said to Moses, "Go to Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the hearts of his officials, so that I may perform these signs of mine. So your children, children's children, will know how harshly I dealt with the Egyptians, so they will know." Bless me. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So they will know I am Lord. Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh and was like, "How long are you going to keep this up and not humble yourself by letting my people go so they can go worship? If you refuse to let them go, a plague of lotus, locust, lotus, locust will be at your front door. They will fill you and your people's houses. It will be nothing like your parents or the parents have ever seen before." Moses turned to leave, and one of Pharaoh's officials said to him, "How long are you just going to let this man be a problem for us? Just let the people go. Do you not see that Egypt is ruined?" Moses and Aaron then brought back to Pharaoh, and he was like, "Okay, talk." Oh, I'm sorry. He said, "Okay, y'all can go, but who all gonna be over there? Who all of y'all taking?" And Moses was like, "Everyone, even the animals." And Pharaoh was like, "Nah, if you want your people to go, take only the men, but y'all leaving the women and the children here." Then Moses and Aaron was driving out of Pharaoh's presence. And the Lord said to Moses, "Stretch out your hand over Egypt, so the locusts can devour everything that wasn't destroyed by the hail." So Moses did just that, and the wind blew all day and all night until the locusts came. They invaded all of Egypt. The ground was so covered in them, it was black. Nothing green remained on the trees in all of Egypt. Pharaoh quickly summoned Aaron and Moses and was like, "I sinned once again. Forgive me, and please tell your Lord to stop this." Moses and Aaron left, told the Lord, and the plague stopped. But Pharaoh still didn't let them people go. Then the Lord told Moses, "Stretch out your hands towards the sky so the darkness spreads all over Egypt, darkness that can be felt." Moses did, and darkness covered Egypt for 3 days. No one could see each other or move around for 3 days. But the Israelites had lights where they lived. And then Pharaoh summoned Moses and said, "Okay, you and your wife and kids can go, but your flock and herd, it stays here." And Moses was like, "Nah, we need that for the sacrifice." And pissed off Pharaoh was like, "Leave. And if you come in front of me again, you will die." Oh, okay, so now you got balls. Okay. Moses was like, "All right, say less. I ain't coming back." We're going to end it right there, y'all. Again, do you see how many times that this person went back to this other person just to fulfill a request that God asked of him? And do you know how much convincing it took God to get him to do it in the first place? And the fact that he keeps coming up. I'm going to count and see how many times Moses went to Pharaoh. This is like kind of a form of rejection in a way that Moses was just trying to, again, fulfill the Lord's promise, him and his brother, because we're not going to act like Aaron wasn't there. And each time Pharaoh moved the goalposts, he lied, he didn't want to do it. He negotiated, still didn't fulfill what he said he was going to do. Look at how many people he let suffer due to his ego and his pride. We really don't talk about that. How many people y'all think was in Egypt at this time? Wasn't it a lot? Let's just say, hypothetically, it was 100,000 people, right? This one man allowed over 100,000 people to suffer due to his ignorance, due to his pride, due to his ego, his wife, his very own children, himself, his mama, his family, his co-workers, I'm sorry, no co-workers, his maids, his magicians, his livestock. Can you imagine all seeing pitch black 3 days? Not being able to see your own family. Can't even move around your own house. Even the candlelight probably wasn't even enough. They didn't say nothing about no candles. That wasn't even enough. It's just crazy. Anyways, thank you so much for sitting with me. Thank you so much for agreeing to take this journey with me. Hopefully you do decide to do so. And I am actually very excited to see what we can uncover and challenge together. Thank you so much again for watching. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, or subscribe. Bye.